some more very creepy, interesting videos from around the internet that you guys have sent in that are going to make us question life. Y'all, join our Discord server. The link is in the description down below.
I got this watermelon at Walmart, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like peeling. Does anybody has problems with their watermelon like this?
Not like that.
Like,
I'm thrown off because she said I like to wash my watermelon before I cut it. I've just never seen no one like wash that outside of the watermelon. Do y'all do that? Y'all wash? Because I'm not eating this, so why would I wash this part if I'm not going to eat it? Okay, so you showed us 3 different ways of how you can clean this. Okay, 4 different ways. I've never seen nobody clean it that way. Hmm. 3 and 4 were the best.
So I'm misunderstanding. Are we saying that 2 + 2, if you say it's 4, that's racist? I mean, that sounds like we may be mischaracterizing it. What, if you can quickly sum it up?
No, that's not mischaracterizing it at all. Math is basically racist under this ideology because it says there is no such thing as an objective reality. So 4 might not be the right number. 2 + 2 might actually equal 5.
I don't get it.
Not again. You have to sacrifice loved ones. You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time.
Is that JJ
if you want to be
Redick?
great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get the hell out of the kitchen. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot. Sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great.
He has UN on his hat too, which stands for United Nations, which is tying back to the New World Order.
Right now it's 6:24. People say the rat race isn't real. The rat race is real as look at all these people. Almost thousands and thousands of people every single day. Back, forth, back, up.
I know I gotta come with a quote. I actually have 2, but one is to let your 9 to 5, which is your work, finance your 5 to 9 dream. So in other words, work that 9 to 5, but make sure that you're spending that 5 to 9 building whatever business or whatever plan, whatever goal, whatever vision Yahuwah has put in you. So use that 9 to 5 to build the 5 to 9, because in a minute your 5 to 9 will overtake your 9 to 5 to where you don't even need the 9 to 5. And then the second quote that I really love is, there's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 job, but figure out a way to have another stream of income.
As y'all know, we got a new docu-series, Charleston White Escaping the Illuminati. Yeah, Charleston White Escaping the Illuminati. I don't want that Tyler Perry money. I don't want that money. Listen, Charleston White has escaped the Illuminati. They tried to put me in jail last night. How many police officers came to the hotel room? 8 to 9 police. They called the police on me, said, hey, man, you need to leave the premises. Trespassing, I'm buck true. So guess what? I got a whole comedy series of Charleston White surviving the Illuminati. From the time I met this kid, Aiden.
why smartwatches don't make you healthier. Your smartwatch could be blasting your body with potentially dangerous radiation, and that's 24/7. Studies suggest long-term EMF exposure could be linked to your body's defense system dysregulation, neurological problems, sleep hormone disruption, infertility, and other serious health problems. However, industry and funded studies can often say otherwise. Smartwatches are pressed directly against your skin all day and all night, and the closer you are to the radiation exposure, the more of it you can absorb. It might be difficult to accept the potentially dangerous side effects of our favorite devices, especially because they take time to cause real damage. But by taking a more proactive and preventative approach, you can protect yourself from major health problems later in life. That's if the studies later confirm it's worse than we first thought. Just think like smoking. Reduce exposure by using airplane mode or disconnected from the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth whenever not needed. Or like me, just bin the watch and use a very low EMF ring instead. Stay smart and stay safe. If you're new here, follow me for more biohacks and health tips.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people where I'm like, if I didn't wear the watch, the workout didn't count. I didn't have a workout. Like, I have to have my workouts completely tracked on my watch to determine how much calories I burned, how much steps, how long it was, etc., etc. So if I didn't wear the watch, I'm like, the workout didn't count to me. But there was a time when I didn't wear a watch. There was a time where a lot of people didn't wear like smart watches. I like how he gave out alternatives, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not there. I love my Apple Watch. I don't have it on today though, but I love my Apple Watch. Y'all know I'm the Apple Watch girl. I'm an Apple Watch girly.
Popular cleaning product that may be infected with bacteria. Colgate-Palmolive has recalled nearly 5 million bottles of Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner. The bottles were sold at major retailers, including Amazon, Walmart, and Home Depot.
The London mass surveillance system actually stopping crime? Not really. London is far and away the most surveilled city in all of Europe. Today, there are around 13 cameras per 1,000 people. Violent offenses and robbery in particular are up, and seem to be largely unaffected by the placement of CCTV. In fact, CCTV is mostly used as a deterrent, like London's ULEZ cameras, which stand for Ultra Low Emission Zone, which actually have a protective casing around them. Today, London has over 1 million cameras, tens of thousands of which are operated either by the city authority or the underground. But the vast majority of cameras are privately owned and are largely Chinese manufacturing. The problem with that is that the Chinese government can compel these companies to give them data. Cameras have also not really stopped the epidemic of knife attacks. Actually, what they've been most successful at is parking enforcement. And actually, a comprehensive map of all CCTV cameras in London is not available. But it is estimated that the average London resident is recorded on camera at least 300 times a day. And actually, London is the third most surveilled city in the whole world.
A lot of black people are shocked because they didn't know Baby Reed. Nat Turner was skinned, cooked, and eaten. They also boiled his body down into a liquid and drank his remains. What? Okay. Never heard of that.
What's inside an Oreo McFlurry from McDonald's? Let's find out. This is one of the most popular desserts on the menu. Check this out.
Pork is wild.
Look closely at it. It's like fizzing. This looks more like foam than ice cream. This is a sugar bomb. 48 grams of added sugar. That's 12 teaspoons of sugar. Foamy, gooey ice cream is made with corn syrup, mono and diglycerides, gums, and carrageenan. Most people don't really know this, but corn syrup comes from genetically modified corn. So you're taking a GMO product and you're chemically refining it to create an artificial sweetener. And Oreos are terrible for you. Synthetic vitamin, sugar, palm and canola oil, so it has seed oils in it, invert sugars, genetically modified soy, natural flavors, garbage. This is a matrix concoction. And we're breaking out of the matrix so we don't drink diabetes in a cup. If you want clean ice cream, check out Alex, Cosmic Bliss, or Ice Cream for Bears. If you want an Oreo replacement, check out Simple Mills. Follow the channel for way more fast food exposure.
Hey, so if you guys are in Atlanta tonight, you better keep your in. They're testing out the AI system. So basically right now I'm around like, what is this, exit 250, 249, 248, all that. What they're doing is they're lined up and all they're doing is they're just letting AI read your plates, and then they're coming to get you. So if you're out here in Atlanta, you don't understand that these cameras now are linked to AI. Basically, you drive by the cameras that are on the road, it reads your plates. If something's wrong, it sends a picture to the cop's computer, and then after they send the picture to the cop's computer, they come and and it sends the picture to the closest cop's computer. All right. So
wow.
Keep your ass in the house.
Used to say we niggas, now we say we niggas. They used to call us thugs, now we call us thugs. They used to say we savage, now we say we savage. Now every song we write's about some killing and some drugs. I'm not here to judge, cause no, I'm not perfect myself. I just know if I hurt my people, then I'm hurting myself. I just want rappers to know there's power in lyrics. You got kids now in Africa on Molly and syrup, but get y'all money, go get y'all dollars. These last 16 bars bothered you, hit dogs holler. I'm a hip-hop scholar, the Ghana T'Challa from out of Philly. Look at my palm and you probably see stigmata. Hope you ticked off. Like R. Kelly's home vids on rewind. Hope these rhymes got you pissed off. Matter of fact, hit pause.
Seriously, you're not gonna like the video?
These rappers is backwards as jeans on crisscross, as backwards as trap rappers in lip gloss, as backwards as Kirk Franklin signing the Rick Ross.
Vivek Ramaswamy exposed. Trump and Vivek had an exchange. Trump said that Vivek is in disguise. Well, Vivek decided not to retaliate, but here's some details you should know about Vivek. Why does the mainstream media love him even though he has the same talking points as Trump? MSNBC, the New York Times, Axios, Politico, the establishment are all behind him. Why? Vivek turned into a billionaire from his company Roivant, who had never actually taken a pharmaceutical to market. Only a few went to phase 3 clinical trials, but never actually hit the market and turned a profit. Yet 3 of his major investors were BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard. What a surprise. Did you also know that he had received funding from the Soros family and he paid to have it wiped from Wikipedia? He was also given a massive donation from Glenn Dubin, one of Epstein's friends who was named in the Epstein documents recently released. And if that's not enough, he was labeled in 2021 as one of the young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. He had no problem with keeping that label and using it for his advantage, but as soon as he decided to become a Republican candidate, decided to sue the World Economic Forum, saying that he didn't know and never allowed them to list him as a young global leader. But get this, not only did he sue the establishment of establishments, he won in 90 days, receiving money and a written apology from the World Economic Forum. It's an election year, 2024.
Did y'all hear the El Salvador president expose the dollar?
Could ask, well, so if the government can print unlimited amounts of money out of thin air,
listen,
why did they collect taxes?
That's a good question.
I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes?
Why?
The answer is simple, but it's very shocking.
Simple.
The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost. The dollar will fall, and the Western civilization with it.
Yeah, America, y'all go ahead and get ready, buckle up, because it seems like the rest of the world done caught on to the scam. They're starting to realize that the dollar's worthless, gang. Even the Simpsons predicted the economy crashing. If you know, well, then you know.
Chicken we eat could be worsening or even causing bladder infections. ABC's Jim Avila has the results of a joint investigation by the ABC News and the Food and Environment Reporting Network.
The bathroom.
It could be called America's most persistent pain.
Are you having these symptoms right now?
Yes.
You again?
8 million women, including 29-year-old Adrienne LeBeau, suffer from bladder infections.
It feels like I have some type of infection that just won't go away.
Infections that now occur more often and last longer because, according to a growing number of medical researchers worldwide, superbugs resistant to antibiotics and growing in America's favorite food, chicken, are being transmitted to humans in the form of E. coli.
We're finding the same or related E. coli in human infections and in retail meat sources, specifically chicken.
If the researchers are right, what's new here is this is compelling evidence of a direct link between the pervasive, difficult-to-cure human disease and the antibiotic-fed chicken we buy at the grocery store.
What this new research shows is that we may in fact know where it's coming from. It may be coming from antibiotic use in agriculture.
The FDA says 80% of all antibiotics sold in the United States are fed to livestock, even healthy chickens, to protect them from disease in cramped quarters and to help them grow bigger, faster.
We're particularly interested in chickens. They, in many cases, are getting drugs from...
You guys have to check out this flight path.
All right, let's try going from New Zealand to Argentina. You should be able to make it in one go, right over the Pacific Ocean. So here we have Auckland, New Zealand to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Let's hit search. Okay. Let's do 2 stops. All right, so we go from Auckland to Los Angeles. What? And then from Los Angeles to Houston, and then Houston to Buenos Aires. Like, am I the only one that finds that weird if we live on a supposed globe? Honestly, that seems like a waste of gas. So we go from New Zealand to Los Angeles, then to Texas, then back down to Argentina, and needing to pass the equator. Okay guys, just hear me out real quick. So let's just see what the flat earth map depicts. Alright, so you guys have to see this. So we go from Auckland, New Zealand to Los Angeles, then to Houston, then to Argentina. And guess what? Needing to pass the equator. Look at that. So it makes total sense on the flat earth map, but 0 sense if we live on a supposed globe. I'm sorry, but that is just one of the strangest things. New Zealand, Los Angeles, Houston, then to Argentina.
Saudi Arabia officially said bye-bye. The Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, has chosen not to renew the partnership with the United States, opting instead to open Saudi oil trade to other countries and other currencies. Hello, China. Hello, Russia. I mean, holy smokes, guys. I mean, I can't understate how big a deal this is. This is a massive blow to the status of the US dollar as the world's only reserve currency, a position it has held for 5 decades. Now, we've been warning for months that this was about to happen. With Saudi Arabia now joining China's central bank digital currency project, we are witnessing a seismic shift in the landscape of global trade and global finance. The era of the US dollar as the sole superpower currency is officially over. This is not hyperbole. US dollar dominance is now over. Something seismic happened on June 10th and the 11th at the BRICS Foreign Ministers meeting. 59 new countries announced plans to join BRICS. And during the meeting, they agreed to an astonishing $78 billion in bilateral trade deals. They publicly announced plans to ditch the US dollar also at this meeting for local currencies in cross-border transactions. They made this announcement. We're done. We're done using the US dollar. This is game over, folks. President Biden's foolish sanctions against Russia have turned the world against the US dollar. And China knows exactly what's coming. That's why they've been dumping US treasuries like a bad habit.
And we're also sending a really clear signal, which is the dollar's not safe for you.
Right.
Men who sleep 5 to 6 hours a night will have a level of testosterone which is that of someone 10 years their senior. So a lack of sleep will age you by a decade in terms of that critical aspect of wellness, virility, muscle strength.
3 ways to protect your energy in public. Everyone should be doing number 3. Number 1, laughter. Laughing is like a shield for negativity. If somebody come up to you expressing negativity, just laugh in their face. If they're complaining, just laugh. If they're gossiping, just laugh. People carry all kinds of negative energy just like diseases. Laughter is literally such a high vibrational thing, negative energy cannot exist around it. Number 2, listen to high frequency music while you in public. That's the best way I protect my energy. I walk into Walmart with high frequency in my ear. Low vibrations cannot exist around high frequencies. I don't want to bring no negative energy home from Walmart. So the best way I keep myself cleansed is by having these frequencies playing in my brain and being distributed throughout my body. And number 3, prayer. You are a general in the kingdom of heaven. All you have to do is command your angels to protect you, protect your energy, and protect your peace, all while you're out in public exploring this world. And I pray that everyone that sees this video remains protected, even when they forget to pray, because God loves you enough to make sure nothing happens to you. We are at a spiritual war, and you need to stay prayed up, bro.
Out of the top 100 songs on the radio, who wrote the majority of the music? Did you know that the majority of the songs in the pop realm were made, in the last 20, 30 years even, were made by one man?
That's crazy.
Use one man to do their lyrics and to do their music.
So they ghostwriter.
Yeah, so a ghostwriter. They go to this guy and say, "Hey, I don't have a song, but I can sing really well. Can you help me?" And he's like, "Yeah, write this or sing this and do this, and you'll be amazed." In fact, we're gonna find out even though he's not well known, he has the majority of the top #1 hits.
You have entertainers and you have artists.
Yeah.
The artists are the ones who are actually creating the music. The entertainers sing it. They're the face, the
Right.
personality.
Right. Yeah. Just because you can write the music, I guess you wouldn't be a good front man.
He's like in the credits on the very bottom of the song. Throughout this time that he's been doing this, he's had songs on the radio that are in the top 10, sometimes 5 of them at a time. In the top 10.
Wrote, but with him writing for all these different people, that's 5 different styles, 5 different personalities, 5 different genres, maybe.
Best known to work with Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Kelly Clarkson, Pinks, Taylor Swift, Ariana
Dang.
Grande, Maroon 5, Coldplay, Avril Lavigne, Usher, Lady Gaga, Kesha, Celine Dion, Christina Aguilera, Simple Plan, Jennifer Lopez, Demi Lovato, Justin Timberlake, Adele, Bon Jovi. He is not the top artist that has written something. Only 2 people that are above him. So it's Paul McCartney and John Lennon. You know a little bit about the Beatles, right? Now their music, in fact, on their albums, they do a lot of occult.
That's right.
They had Aleister Crowley in one of their album covers, the Sgt. Pepper's Band.
The one below him is also a well-known singer, is Mariah Carey. She writes a lot of her own music. But this guy writes the music for everybody else. Is that strange? This kind of shows you, this next clip kind of shows you just how much he is involved.
Max, you truly are the heart and soul of the Backstreet Boys.
Tonight we heard a song called As Long As You Love Me. It has one of Max's favorites. Wrote the song, produced it. He's like, hey, go sing this, go sing this, go sing this. Okay. And so we did.
He tells all these artists how to sing. You know how much control this guy has?
Him and Taylor Swift work very close together. He wouldn't allow her to write her own songs.
If this guy is literally getting ideas from a spiritual source, and he's like, no, we're going to go with my idea. Like, you can't be in control of your own idea here. That's crazy.
I wanted to know exactly, what does he believe? Where is he going with all this? This is what he said. Key to producing a punchier sound was to wrap it in a greater spiritual understanding.
Sometimes a song becomes more than just a song.
Kan man påverka på något sätt? Alltså populärkulturen, jag kanske stöter till den lite grann, alltså när den så att säga blir mer än en låt. Är alltid, det är liksom det är den största grejen.
I went further into this and I thought, you know what, I need to find out how he makes this music. Because if Santana says that he's making it through a fax machine, basically a human fax machine, coming and talking with the angels, I can't believe he called them angels. I think that blows my mind. But let's see what this guy says, because I think he's a little more subtle in how he approaches it. This is what he said.
Can you tell us about making this song?
I was going to bed and this melody of the chorus sort of started, coming in. But I was really tired, and I was lying there trying to motivate myself to get out of bed and record this thing, because I had a feeling it was good. And I recorded it, and then I say, like, hey, baby, hit me, baby, one more time. And I was like, and then I hear myself say, yeah, it's pretty good.
This record, Baby One More Time by the great Britney Spears, was actually #1 in every single country on the planet it was released.
So not only is he receiving the lyrics, but he's also providing the melody, the whole kit and caboodle. I mean, everything from, hey, an artist would often say, the thing I learned the most by working with this guy is it's how I'm pronouncing the words and how I'm putting the words and the different syllables in the certain places. And so he's not only saying, hey, I want you to sing it this tone, I want you to sing it with these lyrics, but he's also saying, this is how I want you to say it. So for what I think is happening here, he hears it in his head.
Okay, do you know what Baby Hit Me One More Time says backwards? So that's interesting to me. If he's very specific with, you need to hit this syllable on this thing.
Not only is he writing the song lyrics, he's writing the music to it, but he's also giving them symbolism. Because the people that he works with, and we're going to see this just in a second, have these symbolisms as a part of their religion. So you see all the symbology as from just the ancient Egypt symbology in this. Constant use of the horse.
Centaur.
The centaur, when you have the half human, half horse thingy. It's interesting because what does this have to do with music? What does this have to do with the song? Why is the constant use of the horse thingy? And now, what is going on her shirt and on the leg of the horse? What is that?
That's the
I didn't see
Egyptian
that.
Ankh.
Ankh, yeah.
So that guy's name is Max Martin. I know it showed, but just in case somebody didn't see it, may have been looking down, may have just had earphones in watching this, but the guy's name is Max Martin. For him to be making all that music in this industry, that's not humanly possible. You are tapping into something, and the video proved that. And then I also wanted to just mention that you have to understand when it comes to the industry and the music industry, that their goal is to push out their agenda to corrupt the minds of the masses. So we all know who's at work. That's Hasatan. He wants to push out his goal, his agenda, his pervertedness to get us and to steer us away from the will of the Most High. If you notice all these new generation rappers, if you hear and just sit and listen to the music that they put out, everything that they're speaking about is against and is completely opposite and contradicting to what Yahuwah is telling us to do. If you don't train your children and you don't teach them the way of life, somebody gonna program them. So if you're not doing the programming, we're gonna do the programming for you. Because we're gonna use people that look beautiful on the outer appearance, these beats, we're gonna say these words, and we're gonna have stuff in the background. And then on top of that, we're gonna have stuff that plays when you play it backwards, it's even sending a message out there. So in other words, if you're not going to program your children, don't worry, we'll do it for you. So get to them before the music industry gets to them, because you see the agenda and the symbolism, all the stuff that they're putting into the music and the music videos. Just be careful with who and what you listen to, because at the end of the day, this is all a business.
Also, there's a possible treatment for autism that some say is curing children.
Baxter Burley looks and acts like a normal 6-year-old because he is. That's why it's hard to imagine that at age 3, he had full-blown autism.
The same regional center that gave him the diagnosis, the same group of people, reversed his diagnosis.
Something else that reversed, the amount of mercury in his system. It went from a high level of 13 to what's considered almost negligible, 0.5. No longer considered autistic.
No longer considered autistic. That was a big day. We actually call it, the day he lost his diagnosis, we call his second birthday.
We see children that come through that are severely autistic, and within a year they're mainstreamed in school and out of the spectrum. Some children turn around in a number of months, other children take years.
We started with the special diet. We started with lots of supplementation geared at healing his body, helping his body detox from the heavy metal exposure he had. We did chelation, methyl B12 injections. We rented a hyperbaric oxygen chamber for our house.
The self-stimulatory behaviors that we saw so much of are all gone.
We went from the baby who had no language and no social interaction and was lost in his own world to a child who is very verbal and very social.
He'll say,
they reversed
when I had autism, and then talk about something that we weren't aware of how he was feeling.
Imagine what could have been done to recover these children starting clear back in 1999, when the CDC first realized what was causing autism.
Uh-oh.
Over 12 years later, they continued to tell the same old story.
CDC is not certain how much. Well, there's no simple explanation for the increase. Due to changes in the definition of autism, or it improved recognition and increased recognition.
And even though some doctors are recovering these kids, the CDC continues to waste even more critical time by turning a blind eye to it. How much longer will we allow those who have caused this epidemic to be in charge of solving it?
It's a puzzle, and we're putting all the pieces of the puzzle together that way.
If somebody can answer this for me, it'd be greatly appreciated. Somebody said in the comment section, and it made me say la. It said, why does autism affect males more than females? I hear autism a lot. Autism, I'm not gonna say it was, but I really didn't hear about that when 10, 20, 30 years ago, but I'm hearing it a lot now. I feel like everyone's child has it. I'm like, why does autism affect males more than females? I would love to know and hear you guys' thoughts and opinions about that.
Has anybody talked to you about Wilkes land?
What I've heard that it's a portal. A portal takes you from one structure to another or to a vessel outside our atmosphere, like an invisible elevator. This particular portal was underground, inside a structure.
What did it look like?
It had a frame, had hieroglyphics, whatever the meanings were, we still don't know. But the structure or the frame of this portal acted like a wormhole from point A to point B, a moon pool.
A moon pool?
The description I've been told looks just exactly like a moon pool.
Okay, what is a moon pool?
A moon pool, say it's in a submarine that's very deep. You've got a hatch in the floor that is open to the sea. Water does not come in and flood the vessel. The ambient pressure keeps that water, but you can enter the water and ascend from it through this moon pool.
And so, do you mean that, using the word moon pool, that you're saying that there's something that's vertical that looks like a moon pool?
Looks like you're walking into the water, but it's not water.
Y'all think that's why the Grand Canyon is off limits? There's certain places that they say that we can't go to. Now I'm thinking like, well, why not?
Mouse poop. Huh.
This man built an anti-gravity levitating machine using beetles that could turn invisible. Viktor Gorbenikov was a self-proclaimed Russian scientist, biologist, entomologist, and paranormal researcher. Best known for his claim to have invented a levitation platform that operated by attaching dead insect body parts to the bottom of it. It all happened by mistake one day while trying to look at a beetle shell under a microscope. When he went to put another one in, it slipped out from his tweezers and hung in the air while rotating. He claims certain natural materials, especially beetle wing cases, have anti-gravity properties. These materials allow them to interact with the Earth's magnetic field to cancel out gravity. Is this why the scarab beetle was the most popular amulet in ancient Egypt? His discovery of this technology allegedly allowed him to invent an anti-gravity platform powered by this cavity structural effect. The gravity plane is described in his book My World and could achieve speeds up to 1400 miles per hour while invisible and completely silent. The device had the ability to avoid detection because it was able to bend light around it. Anyone who observed it from the ground saw instead of it a light sphere or a disc or a cloud with sharply outlined edges. After the publication of his book, he was told it was forbidden to publish his information, and his book was censored.
Going ahead and end that video there on that lovely note. Truly appreciated the videos. I really am learning a lot from what you guys are sending. But at the end of the day, I have to say this. Just because the videos are on here, just do your research. They're very interesting. They're very cool to think about, but do your research. Do not take these videos for their word, because I know I get a lot of comments about that, like, oh, you're naive. You believe anything. Who said I believe all these? Like, some of this stuff is just really interesting to think about. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just be talking. It is what it is. Can't please everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say that in a nutshell. But let me go ahead and give my shout out. I want to give a shout out to Mike, Earthy, Epic, Trisha, Alexandria, Red Sniper, Eric, Terion. I truly appreciate you guys again. Thank you guys for sending in these videos. I'm trying to catch up because you guys, y'all went in. A lot of y'all have sent me I'm so backed up, I don't even want to talk about it when it comes to how many videos you guys sent in, but I'm truly grateful, blessed, and appreciative of you all. Again, if you would like your video featured on here along with the shout out, please join our Discord server. The link's in the description down below. I do not be playing when I'll be saying that. Join our Discord server. Make sure y'all shop Perkyy, shopperkyy.com. I know y'all see the Blessed department. The link is in the description for that as well. Again, if you happen to cop from me, which I want to say thank you guys in advance for all those that have been buying, have bought, or thinking about buying. I truly appreciate you. Just please make sure to take a photo and send it to me, whether you send that to me through Discord, you send it to me through email, or you tag me on my like social media, so on Instagram, or you, hey, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the case is, but please tag me so I can shout you out on my website. I want to give all steam, all glory, all honor to my Saba, Yahuwah, Alua, and my Abba, my Adonai, Yahusha HaMashiach, for blessing me with everything as a whole on this vessel that they work in and through, so I have to give credit and honor where it is due. Y'all have a blessed one, and I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my